Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm a little too excited this morning. But I do have some things I'm going to do. So I'm not too sure if I'm going to put this on my last week's video and just combine it all together or make this a separate video. But however, today is a day where I am actually going to be doing some plant chores as usual. They never end. So I do have some plants here that are starting to look a little sad on me. I did put this one in orchid bark in hopes, I don't know, in hopes it would be okay. I am experimenting, y'all. This plant stuff is, especially orchids, because I'm not real familiar with like the jewel orchids and stuff. So I'm kind of still learning. I kind of did figure out that with jewel orchids, I think you can put it in just regular soil. Like they don't have to be in orchid bark. So what I'm going to do is transfer this into some more of like a chunkier mix, like soil with orchid bark and all that, just my basic soil, and see if it would do fine. I did have it in spag moss, and then the spag moss kept drying out, and I was like, oh my gosh, it dries out way too fast. But I also don't want this to stay wet for too long as well. So this looks sad still, so I kind of want to transfer it into something else. I also did notice that this other one here, my vanilla orchid, I don't know what is going on with it. It still looks like it's alive, but it's like barely holding on into this spag moss. So I'm going to take it out of this and put it in regular soil, because I'm pretty sure this one can go in that as well. And then I do have this little guy, which I think is doing pretty good, but I feel like the soil could be a little bit more chunkier. I don't know, or maybe I'm just not keeping it in a good spot. I'm kind of really debating on doing anything to this one right now. I feel like it's okay. I don't know. I might just leave it in what it's in for now. Maybe it just needs, I don't know. I don't know with this one. I'm just so confused. I'm like at a point where I might just put it over here with my other plants, because I feel like when it gets too much light, the leaves lighten up. I've mentioned this before. They get so pale and an ugly color, and I don't like the way that looks. And I notice like when they're in the darker area, the leaves are real pretty and dark green and really just nice looking. So I kind of just am thinking I might put it in a different spot and just try it there before I repot it, because right now it looks happy. It just, you know, I don't know, guys. I'm just trying to figure this out. Okay, so I had the soil wasn't as chunky. I had mentioned it before, and I'm gonna go ahead and throw some more orchid bark and perlite in here to chunk it up a little bit more, because I do like my soil to be chunky. It seems like a lot of my plants love the chunkier soil anyway. I had only done it this way for these begonias, because I know begonias like to stay a little bit more wet than the other guys. But even at that, I still feel like the begonias do better in a chunkier mix. I don't know. Like my begonia that I put inside of that self-watering pot, it's doing so good. Like it loves that thing. So I am getting to a point where I might, I might just have to do the whole semi-hydro for some of my begonias, and then, or just get a couple more pots, because I have some that I'm gonna have to start repotting pretty soon. I'm pretty much screwed. I'm not gonna be able to repot this. It does have root rot at the bottom. So I'm gonna see if somehow I can cut, because it does have like these areas of nodes. I'm not too sure with orchids on how to do this, so I am gonna have to research this really quick and figure out if I can save that one. Maybe by putting it in water or something. I'm not too sure. But my poor plant has got root rot because it still had moss on it, and that was my mistake. So it's just something to learn not to be doing that next go around. I'm assuming this might be happening to this other one. This one does feel like it has pretty good roots still. So I'll take off what is rotting because there is some rot on here. I'll just take that off and then keep the healthier roots. Oh, I do have one that's alive on this one, so yay. Doesn't look like it's... think I might spray it down with some peroxide. I'm going to look it up for sure now and see if it's okay. Oh man, it makes me so sad. My goodness. But it is what it is. We learn. And that's what I'm doing. Just trying to learn how to take care of these guys. Okay guys, I am going to look up some stuff really quick. I want to make sure I'm going to try to do this right. This one was so pretty. I don't want to lose that one. It says through stem cutting, so I'm assuming this will be okay. So what I was thinking was good. Okay, and I can put it in water, so good deal, because I love to propagate in just water. So what I'm going to do here is try to cut off all this root rot. And I am going to see if I can spray it down with some hydrogen peroxide. Okay, so what I'll go ahead and do, since it says it's for jewel orchids, I was reading that you can't, it's not really a good idea for these guys. So I am going to try just to take off all the root rot. This one has a little node here, so what I'm going to do is stick it in my prop box and wish me luck. And then this other one, I'm going to put it in water. And this guy over here is doing good still. It has okay roots. It's got a little bit of root rot, but it still has enough space for me to cut it off and not worry about it reaching the top part up here. So this one can perhaps go in a small thing of soil still, I hope, because the top right here looks kind of dark. Oh my gosh, this is a iffy thing for me. I'm gonna go clean this with some water really quick and then see what they look like after water. Okay, so I went and got a little bowl of water here, and I'm actually just going to clean this off because I want to see exactly if these other, oh, they feel pretty good. The ones that don't feel very good is here at the bottom. I don't know, it's weird. Maybe they're okay too though, because I don't see black. And usually like you can tell when it has root rot because it's gooey and black. So I think this one's good still. If I would have left it in there any longer, it would have not been good for me. But I'm gonna sanitize these really quick because I just used them for cuttings on some other stuff. And no, not that one. I'm over here trying to cut the good one. Oh my god, I don't want to cut it. Let me see. But I have to. It's gonna cut this other piece off. But I have to cut it off. Okay. Yeah, there goes that small piece. And you can tell where it was already reaching up top, so I'm gonna have to cut it right here in hopes that that is going to be okay. I'm not going to guarantee this is going to survive. I do hope it does. The one that has roots, I'm going to go ahead and stick it in this chunky mix. And since it's a small one, I don't want to stick a whole lot of soil in here, but just enough. Hold on, let me throw some out real quick. Just a little bit. Okay. Okay. All right, so I do have this in some soil now. I didn't put the whole thing because I think it's just too small right now. But hopefully this little guy will do well for me and survive. Now let's take this one out. Actually, I'm gonna put this one to the side too. I'll let that one dry out for a little bit before I stick it in any water. It's time to check and see what's going on here with this one. This one's not too, like the moss don't feel real bad or anything. This one was in moss, and so now I'm like, shoot. But I feel like it's getting root rot or something too. You can just see if the roots just fall off like that, it's pretty much a goner. These roots don't even look good. They look black and messed up and no good at all. So this one does have nodes. So what I am going to do is just cut off this root rod at the bottom again here. I don't know why I have that over there just sitting on alcohol. That's not good. Let me take that off. Clean those up again. And then cut off this root rot here at the bottom. And that does look pretty good. It doesn't look black or anything in there. It looks better. Hopefully, if you can see. And so that should work, putting it back in spag moss or water, hopefully. Okay, so I am gonna put this one in water along with, I'm thinking I might just do this one too and just throw them all in water. The thing is do I have a thing small enough for this? I should. And then this one will also go in there. So all these three will go in water. Try to get some roots going in them again. I'm just really scared to stick them back in moss and me go off and forget to water them and all that stuff. So I don't want to do that again, and I'm going to throw all that away because it's got root rot nasties in there. So I am going to go ahead and take this leaf off and then stick this in here. I may, maybe if it doesn't stay, okay, maybe it will stay. I was gonna have to put it on a stick and kind of put it in there. Then I'll go ahead and stick this one in here too. Hang it on the side. And then this little guy, oh my gosh, this one doesn't look like it's going to live, y'all. I want it to, but I don't know, because even this piece does not look good. It looks like it's already, oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to cut off again here, just because it doesn't look good. And then we'll stick that in there in hopes it will do something. It's got one more node there, but I am not sure it's gonna do anything, to be honest. I think it might. We'll see. Okay, I have these guys in there now. I'm hoping, as long as I keep water to the very top, I'm hoping that it will do something for me. I have more faith in my vanilla orchid than I do in the other one. We'll see how this works out, and hopefully I can save these guys. This little guy, I think I'm gonna go put a little bit of water in here and put it on the shelf and see how it does. I was like, I know I had an extra one. So I do have this one. I am gonna put it inside of my prop box. So let me go grab it really quick. And while we are doing some treating for plants today, since I'm pretty much doing plant chores on my plants that are looking sad on me and stuff. What would you call this? Doctoring my plants? I don't know. Put that one there. Okay, so let's take a look here at these plants, because I do have, these actually go outside. These are outdoor plants. So I may be acclimating these outside pretty soon, because they're already getting too big for this box. The moss needs some moisture. Okay, so I do have some successes here. They love this thing. My strawberry begonia, that it was dying on me, and I put some babies in here. They are doing really well. So I'm gonna keep them in here for a little bit longer. I'm gonna let them keep growing and doing their thing. And then eventually I will pull them out and put them in soil. I just want to make sure they are rooting really well, which I feel some roots in there. So I just want to make sure they're gonna stay. I do have another begonia on this side. Let me see if I just put this towards the camera, because you ain't gonna be able to see what I'm talking about unless I do this. So, you can see I have a rock in here. Okay, so the plant that I have here, oh my gosh, goes outside. I don't even know what it is, to be honest with you, but I have some in the back room as well that are growing. So I'll be pulling this one out and putting it in a pot soon. My strawberry begonias, which are right here, are doing pretty good, because this one's already put out some new leaves, so that's good. And this one's look happy. So that's a good thing. And then I have my other begonia here. I don't remember the name of this one, but I do have this one as well inside of my terrarium. And I was mainly just growing another one to put back in the terrarium, just in case the other one didn't do well, but the other one's doing okay, kind of. So this one will probably be better. So what I'm gonna do now is I am gonna go ahead and stick this little orchid guy in here. And let me see if I can just put it back here in this deeper. So I put him here, you can see, and hopefully he will do okay. If not, it's fine, but we'll see what happens with it. I might just put a little bit more water in here, because it seems like it's starting to get a tiny bit damp, but not too bad. Here's my begonia. I had been saying I was going to chop off this top piece for a while now. I think today's the day. I am going to sanitize this once again, because I was dealing with root rot and I don't want to transfer it to anything else. That wouldn't be good. So these look really leggy and ugly. So what I'm going to do, they feel really good though, like the stems and all that. And I could propagate these. I might actually just stick them in some water that I have in the kitchen over there. So I am going to chop this all the way down, y'all. All the way down to the very bottom. Let me see here. I might just chop it right here. Go stick that one in water and see what it does. And This one, just because these leaves are all nasty looking. So right there. I feel like begonias do pretty good when you chop them anyways, like certain ones. And also I've been watching some videos on them, and I have seen that they do better when you chop it down. When they're like nasty and just leggy like this. This one was so pretty at one point. And then all of a sudden it just didn't look so good. And I'm assuming it's just because of the winter that it got really cold and it just started not doing as well. But it is letting out some good growth there at the bottom now. And so I'm hoping with a little bit of cut, it will do even better. So yeah, hopefully I'll get some new growth down here at the bottom and it'll do a lot better. So I think I might just go ahead and chop these two off. And then I'll go ahead and propagate those inside some water, because I feel like it might do a lot better if I just do that. And all right. Hello everyone. So I am actually back today. I don't know when was the last time I recorded. So today I'm actually going to do some propagations. I want to propagate my string of hearts. They look a little crabby down here at the bottom. Not very pretty. So I'm going to cut these down. I'm thinking I'm going to do a couple of cuts on these. I could probably do a little more, but so I'm thinking I'm going to cut here and then cut up here a little bit more. You probably can't see, but I'm going to cut up here more and make 2 different ones. And then I want to make a whole new pot of a string of hearts for my back room shelves. So I'll go ahead and we'll cut across right here. And then I'm wondering if this would be, because these grow pretty quick. If I could just cut these in, actually I'll just go ahead and cut these in half and then put all these to propagate. Because this was already really long, y'all. So it was touching the floor, making a big mess down here. So it was time to cut it a little bit and go make some new ones. Make a new plant. I also want to cut the back room variegated string of hearts that I have back there and propagate those as well. So I'm going to go do that and then bring some moss and get these propagated in some spag moss. My parents came to the house, and anytime they come, well, gotta visit. It's always good to see my parents. I went by their house yesterday, but they weren't there, so it was nice to see them today. This thing is broken. A little poopy. I think I'll still use it anyways. Anyways, so I went and got some vitamin water. I am so glad I have this extra sphagnum from my last thing I did. I don't even know what I used it for anymore. Bad memory. Let me see here. So I'm going to put that in there and let it soak really well. And I did get more cuttings. So of course I have these string of heart cuttings right here. And then I also have the variegated string of heart cutting here. And then I did get a linearis cutting. So I'm going to cut this in another half and going to propagate this as well. This one I'm just going to put inside of my pot once I get some roots, because I want to make that pot I want to make that pot a lot fuller. So that's the plan. And these two right here, I kind of want to put them together. So we'll see how that's going to work. Okay, so I'm just going to put some of this moss in here. I do like to use moss to propagate this stuff. I had success last time, so I am going to hopefully have success this time. Oh my gosh, these string of things always get stuck in everything. I had to pull that apart because I was just stuck there, and my goodness gracious. I can just propagate this, I guess. Let's throw that in there somewhere, huh? I'm gonna cut this in half here. So about, geez, what is that noise outside? Right there. Cut these down off the little node guys. Just like anything else, I do take off the little leaves there at the end, and that's what I'm going to stick inside of the moss. And some people, they get these and they just wrap them around in soil and pin them down. I tried that once. It didn't work very well for me. I don't know what I did wrong, but it didn't work good for me, so I don't want to do that again. I'd rather just do it this way and the way that I know is going to work for me. I'm sure I did something wrong, but maybe they weren't pinned down properly. I don't know. But yeah. What I like about the string of hearts is that they grow super fast whenever they do have root. They grow really fast, which is awesome. I'm just trying to stick them all in here some way, somehow. Okay. I would like to root all of them together, all the string of hearts, because I do want to put them all in one pot. So with this ones as well, I'm going to cut them in half. I may have to give some of these to my mom. I think she would enjoy them because they're really easy to grow, and I think they would look good where she has all her other plants. What in the world? The thing about this is that they're so tangled up too. It's like, dang, should I cut some of the bottom off? Because look how tangled they are. Just cut that off so it's not so bad. Okay, now I've got these untangled, which is a good thing. You know, I should get this leftovers and just do a little experiment and see if I can do the rooting. Since I have so many, I should just do it. I should get a cup with some soil and just wrap them in there and pin them down and see if for once I can get it to work. I think I might as well just try it, you know. The last time I just did it with one, like literally just one little thing. So I think that's also probably, I don't know. I feel like you're not always gonna have luck with all of them. These smell so good. That green smell to them. Got the little flowers all hanging out. So, put that all up in there. Wish me luck, guys. Wish me luck. So I do have my propagations there. Hopefully those will root really well. And I like the fact that I did put quite a few in here. That way I'll have a pretty good pot when it comes down to planting them up. So yeah, I think it'll be really neat having the variegated along with the regular string of hearts together. So we'll see how that comes out. Now I do have my linears, which is right here. And this one I do want to do 2 cuttings of. So I'll cut this here. And that way we can get this rooted. Together. I'll take off the end here. Just take off here. And then we'll put these 2 in some soil. Okay, so I do have this little one for the string of hearts. And then some more moss. Some more spag here for this one. And this one's I'm just going to put in my kitchen because I think I'm going to stick my carnivorous plant outside. That way I can put this up top. My cat is meowing at the birds out there. Got some birds in the bird feeder. She just eyes them down every day. All right. Okay, so now I have those in there. I feel like I could have cut them one more time, but I really do want to just keep these longer and see what happens with them. I think they'll do pretty good. I have propagated linearis before and I've had success, so I know that this is going to be okay. Now for the string of hearts, I'm actually going to wet down the soil first. I do have it here. And then all I'm gonna do is put this inside here and just wrap it. Well, if I can find an end here. Oh, this one's stuck. There it goes. We'll just wrap it in here. Heck yeah. Guys, I hope this works for me. I know it's quite a bit of them too, so I mean, if I'm doing too much, I don't know. This is my first time. I think it'll be fine. I thought, you know, maybe doing quite a few would be awesome because I feel like, you know what, if I do, maybe it'll bring out a fuller pot. I have no clue, y'all. I have no clue, but I'm trying. I'm trying. But so what I'm going to do, from what I've seen, people do pin these down, and this is what I did last time, but I did it with rose wire, and I'm starting to maybe think that maybe it wasn't tight enough to the soil, maybe. And the bobby pins are tighter. They feel like they're going to be better off making sure that they're in there. So maybe this will actually work better. So I just put them over the vines, and in hopes I will get, just pushing them far down as far as I can so they can hit the soil. What I'm going to do is put this under a really bright light behind me on the Vitsjo up top with the other string of hearts and see how it does. This other ones I'm going to put in my kitchen where I have all my other like props. I do have some other plants that I'm going to be sticking into moss poles. My varicosum and the glorious. I think it's the glorious. This is the one that grows up straight and not not crawler. Okay guys, so I was gonna do spag moss in this, but I watch Plants with Melissa, I think is her name, and she did the moss pole without anything in there because she doesn't want to deal with watering her poles anymore. And so you guys, I'm thinking I want to do that with this one. So what happens is she just air layers hers whenever she's ready to cut them and replant them. And so I'm thinking I want to try that and try the same thing, because I'm going to be going on like when we leave out of town for vacations and stuff. I don't want to have to be giving my mom the chore of having to water so many moss poles. And so, crap, I can't even get all these like stuck into each other. This is difficult. The heck. But yeah, I think it would be easier. And I don't have to worry too much about them needing to be watered while I'm gone or whatever. So maybe this will be better. And then I don't know what I'm going to do with my other one yet. Because I have two that I want to put in moss poles. Which I think if I did it in this big ones anyways, it would be fine. My thoughts are I'm going to put them in... Crap, what's going on here? Oh, it's over the top. I need to make sure I have the same moss poles, you know what I mean? To be able to add a section on and stuff. And I was trying to think, well, shoot, do I have the right ones for my other ones? And will I have enough to section off this one? Because what if I order more moss poles and they're not the same ones? Because like I said, I did that and then the moss pole that came in weren't the same. It was the same, it was from a previous ordered thing, but I didn't get this. I'm sure a lot of y'all have, you know, y'all watch Plants with Melissa or by Melissa. And she just leaves the pole kind of like for support, like if you had some trellis or whatnot. And this one needs water. But she says she likes it because now the only thing she has to really worry about is watering the bottom part. So yeah, I'm making a mess, but I'm gonna vacuum everything up here when I am push this to the back. Which is awesome because then that would be the only thing that I have to get watered is the back piece. Then I don't have to worry about, I mean the bottom part. And then the plant will just grow up like normal. Trellis onto the pole. And boom, there you go. I don't even know if you can see what I'm doing here because I have the camera kind of high. Okay, I'll lower that down so y'all can see, but I did put the soil in there at the bottom. So what I was saying is that from what she said, what she does is just she waters at the bottom and then it just roots in. What I've noticed is that the roots, they grow inside and go down into the soil at the bottom. I don't have the poles that strap over the front like a lot of people do. So what I'm going to do is just strap them and just to hold it onto the pole if it needs it. I don't think right now, I think it's fine right now. I'm going to put some water in this one really quick because it was already needing some water. And just water it really good. There it is, y'all. Let's hope this one does well for me. Okay guys, we are done for today and for the whole weekly chores video, but I do hope you guys did enjoy. If you do like my content and you are not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe if you like, and don't forget to like the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye y'all.